California. Been in the hundreds. I mean, you know, we're going to be into fall in just a couple weeks, not long from now. Around the, what is it, 21st or 22nd, we end up with, it turns to fall. Of course, you know, you can have a fall, and I don't think the weather knows it's fall. I can remember in summer nights in New York, though, because not like here. There, when it gets hot, it stays hot constantly. It doesn't cool off. But here in California, if it gets hot, we cool off in the nighttime, so it's comfortable. You know, it drops down significantly, and you're not overwhelmed with heat. Of course, there in New York, you know, it was hot all the time and stay hot, so we'd go outside and play, catch fireflies at nighttime. Did you ever catch a firefly? They light up in the night. We'd try to get enough of them, put them in a jar, and see if we could light up something, but we eventually let them go. But those are fun times. And here in California, I have never seen a firefly here. It must be something about New York that they like it there. Well, today I want to talk about power chords. But before I do, I need to ask everyone, I was looking at my statistics, and it shows that, you know, I get a lot of people that look at the videos that I put out, but only 25% of them have subscribed. 75% look at it, and then that's it. Now, that could mean something. It could mean, well, they don't ever want to watch another one of her videos. But maybe not. Maybe they just forgot. So I'm talking to those that maybe you might have just forgotten. Okay, I mean, if you don't like the videos, it's okay. That I understand that. But if you do like them and you are watching them regularly, could you please remember to hit that subscribe button, because it'll help me out a whole lot. All right, I thank you for that. Okay, so let's move on. Today we're going to talk about power chords. And this was a request that was made just recently. And actually, I've put some videos out on power chords before, but I don't know if I've ever explained the why. Why in the world would you want to do a power chord? Well, actually, power chords are very easy to do. And if you know how to do a power chord, there's some advantages to it. First of all, they're not only easy to play, but if you're, you know, really putting out a rhythm, you can make fast changes with them. And I'll show you this in just a minute. And it gives a real powerful sound, even though a power chord is made up of only two notes. Okay, it'd be the root and the fifth is what makes up a power chord. Now, what does that mean? Well, let me just stop and show you this. Okay, so let's count. Let's say the root is this pinky finger here, okay? So that's going to be number one, the root. And the fifth is the other note that we're going to use for the power chord. So if this is one is C, D, E, F, G, then the fifth is G. So this power chord will be made up, you know, if you're doing a C power chord, it's going to be made up of the C and the G, okay? And now I'm going to show you a little bit more about that, because you'll notice that I'm playing three notes when I'm doing a power chord. And that's because two of the notes are duplicated. They're just an octave higher. So, but there's still just two notes. There's still two notes. In fact, in all cases of the power chords I'm going to show you, of the three power chords I'm going to show you, in all cases, we're duplicating the root note. So if it's C and G, then there's going to be another C. So you'll see three. It just makes it fuller. And it's right there. Why not do it? So, I'll show you that in just a minute. So it provides for fast changes. It gives you a really nice, strong, open sound that is great for rhythm. Or if you're layering music with other musicians, you know, somebody's laying down the rhythm, somebody's playing a lead, you know, that it goes a long way to use those power chords. They really sound good, I think. In fact, playing in church, I found that a lot of songs, I'm looking for the power chords. I prefer them, not just because they're easy to play, because I think they sound good, especially if you're driving a rhythm. And so, so the power chord has some great advantages to it. It's very versatile, and I personally think that it doesn't matter at what level you're at as a player, you can learn power chords and should learn power chords. They're very easy to do. They're just as easy, if not easier, than learning G, C, and D. The difference is you're starting to learn how to play up the fingerboard and find these chords that you're playing in the first position, and it broadens your scope of what you can do. So it's a good thing to learn. It's an excellent thing to learn. So if you're a beginner player, don't give up. Don't stop. Listen to what I have to say. Learn. I'm going to give you 3 power chords today. Learn those power chords because they'll go a long ways as you grow. The other thing about power chords is that as you take the shape of that power chord and you're moving up the fingerboard with it, you're changing keys, but it's just a very easy way to do that. You're changing your chord. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the G power chord. If I move up 2 frets, I'm now an A power chord. And if I move up two more frets, yeah, that's right, A power chord, I'm now in the B power chord. Okay, so you can see it's a great way. Once you know one, you know many chords, and you're just using that same shape and you're just moving. And so it's easy. It's very easy, and become your friend. It's something that you'll find will go a long ways, especially if you're playing with groups. Okay, so let's look at the power chords that I have. I was requested to show the G, the C, and the D power chords. So I'm going to show you them, and we'll start out with the G power chord. And basically the shape it looks like this. You're going to take your pointer finger, you're going to put it on the 6th string. The low E is string number 6, the high E 1, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're on 6. On the 3rd fret, put your pointer finger. On the 5th string, on the 5th fret, put your middle finger. On the 4th string, on the 5th fret, put your ring finger. So there you have it. See what it looks like? Can you see that? So this particular chord is made up of a G, and then the 5th, which in this case is going to be the D. I almost forgot. All right, so we got, okay, and then I said we're going to duplicate the root, right? Because G is the root note, or is the actual chord. So here it is. The next note is the root. There it is, right there. Okay, got that? So you're only going to play those 3 strings. Now I want to tell you, I'm going to show you a chord chart up there, and you notice it says G5, and the reason why it's doing that is that 5 is telling you you're only playing the 5th. It's telling you that it's a power chord. So when you see a G5, a E5, a A5, a D5, any of those are power chords. They're made up of the root and the 5th, okay? Okay, so here we have it, the root and 5th. And we're playing G twice. So I'm only going to play those 3 strings. See how that sounds? It just sounds great. I mean, it's true. You can do a G chord and do that. But it doesn't sound the same, does it? It's just got a great sound. Okay, so that's the G. So now let's do the C, okay? And so basically the C, like I said, you can move to the next chord so easily and so quickly because the C takes the pointer finger and it moves it to the 5th string, string number 5, 3rd fret, and then your middle finger is going to be again on, it's going to be on the 4th string, and it's going to be the 5th fret, and your ring finger is going to be the 3rd string, and it's going to be the 5th fret. Look, so what does that look like? It looks like the same shape as you had here for the G, except you just moved it over 1 string, and you have C. See how easy? C? C is C, okay. And again, you're only going to play those 3 strings, so that means you don't play the low E, you don't play any of the strings around it, just these 3. Just the strings you have fretted. And see how little movement I have to do to change chords versus if I was doing it up here. Changing going on. Now, I'm not telling you not to learn how to do these chords up here, because you need them too for many reasons, but for power chording, you know, this works so good for rhythm. Okay, so now the last one I'm going to show you is a D power chord. And again, it's going to say D5 on the chart because the 5, it's telling you that it's a 5th. It's the root and the 5th makes up a power chord. So anytime you see the 5, you say, oh, it's a power chord. And so this case, we're going to do a D power chord. Now that one, you're going to be on the 5th string to start with your pointer finger, and you're going to be at the 5th fret. Okay, so there's your D. Then you're going to go to the 4th string, and you're going to go to the 7th fret, and you're going to put your middle finger. And there's the A, that's the 5th. And then you're going to go to the 3rd string, and on the 7th fret, you're going to play another D. It's the same octave higher, that's all. But you still just have 2 notes. D and A. Okay? And what does that sound like as a power chord? Remember, don't play the low E. Don't play the 2 strings down here. Just those 3 strings that are fretted. Okay, so that's what it sounds like. There's the D. Do that with D, but it doesn't sound the same, does it? It doesn't have that depth. This is great for driving home a rhythm. Okay, so we just went through 3 power chords: the G, the C, and the D. Take them, work on them, play around with them. There's a lot of famous songs that use those 3 chords, and there's a lot of famous songs that use power chords. Like take this G, for instance. If you were to move it up to the just 2 frets, remember what I was just showing you? You gotta be my age to know what that's starting to. But you remember the Beatles song, I Want to Hold Your Hand? Well, they used power chords. And so you can use them too. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how long you've been playing. It doesn't matter anything. There are no boundaries here. Anybody can learn it. So learn those 3 chords, play around with them, have fun with them, And if you have any questions, feel free to send them to me. Okay, we're going to end right there. And once again, I'm going to tell you that next week, Wednesday, I'm leaving on a road trip. Going to be visiting stores, mom and pop shops across the nation as we go. And I hope to take you along with us. So be watching out for those videos. And don't forget to subscribe, okay? Not if you don't want to see any more of my videos. I understand that if it's something that you're not enjoying. But at the same time, if it is, please do that. That would help me out tremendously. Okay. All right. Well, you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.